So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up, Jonny? Jonono.
Oh, how's it?
Hey, Shabganjan.
Ay, right. That's when, that's when. Put when I can let them Jonon. Hey, yes, Madam Sempilo South.
Hey, money. Go and say that to like some Jonon.
Aumbus.
Bayabona bona ukumbiza nje uthi hey Jonny.
Oh.
Hey Jonny. Bese yabona uthi amjonono lo.
Maduna akazwa nento isigiso akazwa ngekathi Jonny Jonono ufuna ukulethe kahle le guy.
Yeah, sibe selokishini hey because
Jonny.
Hey Jonny, how are you doing Jonny? Hey.
Yes, yeah.
Jonny.
Ufuna lila it's Jonny.
But igama lesintu awunayo.
Anginalo igama lesizulu, which is a beautiful thing actually.
Wow, because you're
Aibo, man, whoa. Who Jonny straight?
Hey.
Okay, so my full name is Jonathan.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Ujo, no way.
Yeah, Ujo ngamngamulo ngoba manje kufika oJonathan manje yabo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said no.
Manje balishaba kanjani igama lesizulu ngeke sikhula mina sibuyele endaba.
Uzibalezani?
Balekela.
Balishaba kanjani?
No,
Actually kodwa badali mystery.
No. Amagama ami ke nginika secret amagama ami uJonathan July Vilakazi.
Awu manje bebekudlalisa kanjani nje mawubona. Bebekudlalisa kanjani mawubona bebekudlalisa kanjani. Amagama nje.
Okay.
Julie.
No, ikhona nickname ngakhula ngayo but yayibheda kwakumakaripana yayibheda kakhulu ngangeke. Yeah. Yes. So ileyo konfunda. Yeah. Hey
Ngiyathanda lelo seduze. Yeah, seduze nesinto. I really love it. You know, so
umkhulu wami wathi mayeshona ngathi no ushona nalo legama hamba nalo sikho ngoba mina ngi right manje ndaba.
Ngoba ngicake abantu abadala ngamagama anzima nje abo Jonny. July.
Yeah, but abathi uJoni.
Yeah.
Okay, ndini bakubiza kanjani Jonny?
Yes, nguJoni. Everyone calls me Jonny.
All right, no. Let's jump in. Ngoba vele ngathi soba around the interview.
Baba, we in already.
Lalela. We ask this question to everybody who figure because we don't want to assume that everybody knows who you are. You know, so but if you were to introduce yourself to somebody who doesn't know who you are, introduce Jack Bond.
uJonny umfana waseNewcastle emadadeni. Yes, born, bred, buttered, mustard, everything there.
Yeah.
That place really formed who I am, and it's a place that I'm really proud of, and that's why he mention it everywhere. Almost everyone who knows me, we ask from Newcastle emadadeni. Who's a lover and a liver of music. I always say I'm going to music, but I really say I am music myself because it's just like yeah.
How was your childhood?
I had a very, very interesting childhood, and it's funny because I had a talk with some other girl who was doing a play a few days ago. So I grew up in Mawami. My dad was never a part of my life, which was somehow a blessing in a way.
Wow.
But in Kulelekai, I grew up in a very, very big family. But I had a great childhood. But it was more of me. I had to survive. All my life, I really had to survive and just affirm myself. I had to be there for myself because, like I'm saying, it was like a jungle, cousins, like a big family. But it was really I had the most beautiful upbringing, really, really.
You know what I find about abafana now? Ukuthi makuphakwa mawudla uqala ngenyama.
Ufuna ngayo.
Uqala ngayo.
Uqala ngayo bazayithatha.
It's number 1.
You're right.
Manje leke nje
iqala kuyona.
Iphethe inyama kanje. Bathi papa kanje but inyama ila bangabugcina ngayo. Oh, but normally,
yes.
Normally what happens is that baqala ngenyama. I figured this out, because I observe a lot of things. So ngiyababuka abantu. You know, so sometimes umangale mangabe mhlambe sezispa inkosi yabo because mina ngikhule ngi1 okay bese 2 and then ngaba yi1 you know so mangikhula mina ngikhula vele inyama ngicina ngayo vele ngoba no one is going to take it hey man after when I got to realize what no man so okay let's sikhule isizineke I was like what you done nabo awafethu so inyama ngiphethi
so that was
we break up yes.
Ayikho lento ukuthi uyayibeka uzoyidla egcineni uyidla manje or during uyithiza khona lapha definitely that's me
makuphela ukudla edlisa inyama uyidlile
yebo I've had the best
no very interesting but yeah I think also just before I give it over to Leroy I absolutely love getting into details of upbringing because I think it always builds or draws a picture that we didn't know. Like I never knew what you know, like what you've just explained now about your childhood.
Yes.
You know, so but what were the challenges then of having to grow aside the Nabo Mama? And you're saying that you and your father, you know, it was never really a part of your life. What were the challenges of that kind of an upbringing, if there were any, you know, that you kind of remember?
Like I'm saying, that's why I keep on emphasizing that the childhood was really, really great to an extent that I was not even interested to know Butubabwam Ubani until I got to grade 10. Because honestly, there was never, I was not that typical boy child who would know Dingubabwam, Funubabwam. I didn't have that rubbish. My grandfather was there and he played a very good role. My uncles were there, they were really amazing. Nakola ngimazi at grade 10 because a lot of people, Ubabam waye to me, he was a very popular choral music conductor in my daddy. So people, so people then started saying, whatever. And then I was like, okay, mom, only then. So the only disadvantage I would say was to, as a child, to fit in the community or in society or with abangandako ingane esikolweni ukuthi yabona on Parents' Day, accepting your reality. I think that's my point, and living with it, you know. But me as a child, I was really okay because ekhaya akushoti angaze ngomela kuba nobaba ongihale no never
but there were leaders were like
and in abundance, you know, in abundance, like obamncane so I was good. I was like angephe impela ngimisi lo baba ewane engamazi hayibo angihlangani
but get it
uma ole joy part of the choir at least that's abona ubaba.
Yes, actually. Actually true. No. Umphathi wabona ama hips kama umama ube kahle kabi. Umphathi wabona ama hips umphathi uyabheda ke.
Hey baba umphathi fanele sike singene indaba yabo. Yazi abomphathi bafowethu. Hayi
bayalumana umphathi.
Hey abomphathi manje isitoko angazi singenza njani ngabo. Because bamusho music ngoba sibathe bathi silungisa ama-harmony nezinto umphathi yena ubhizi ubuka ezinye izinto la
ufuna ukwandisa umphathi ukuthi ama-harmony awande nasemndenini yabona
okay so manje Jonny basically into music into yasekhaya
into music no, into music honestly ayikho kwa Vilakazi. That's just the honest truth. And ngihlezi ngibatshela ukuthi yeke lento ukuthi ngiyacula like I there. Into music is definitely from my father's side. That's the one good thing I got from that guy. Really. It's definitely from his side la baba but ekhaya nje nope, which is why even if ngisakhula umkhulu wami babethi makuthiwa uJonny uphi ngibureza lesondweni avela to semthandazweni because it was not a thing that Jonny is a singer. Babeza on bekhuluma elokishini to hayibo umbona like uyacula nani but ekhaya was just like hayibo Jonny ephaphela nje nani yabo it was not a thing. No, it was not.
I understand your
only now when there was TV and big shows they were like hayibo lento yakho usuthi yasebenza ngempela yabo they're not involved.
So going back again, if they didn't what's the word, acknowledge in the music, how was it for you after school doing music? Ungakaba verify ukuthi music you want.
Exactly why I said all my life I've always had to just like fend for myself. I've always had to verify and confirm and affirm myself, which you know what, man, you are good, you are doing this. And I think also Shema just had a great support structure, from church and whatever. And not that they were against the shame, let me not lie. They were not against it, but unfortunately with our Black community and our Black culture, asinayo lento yokujwayela ukuthi support iy'ngane zethu with their dreams and whatever they do and their hobbies and their gifts from a young age. It was just that thing, you know. They knew ukuthi uyacula uJohn obhizi and every weekend John akekho uye kwenye section yokwenzani, but no one was really involved. They wouldn't come and whatnot. And you know, it didn't yayingangiphathi kambi because they wouldn't stop me from doing it. I think for me that was the most important thing. They allowed me, they would bless me, go do it, go wild, that's it. But I'm sure it could have been a bit different and much more fun and would have meant something if they were a part of the journey, really.
Yeah, true. So, but how did your journey with music start?
It's always been, I always find it tricky when people say, I started singing at 6. I just feel like that's a big lie, honestly. That's just me. Because I think, because you guys get my earliest memory, and it's funny because it's the one earliest thing that's really stuck on my mind since Ngangulela Umis Wam, and I couldn't forget the song. I think it was grade 1, not grade 1, grade 2 or grade 3, which was the second year in Kazam. And I mean, from Lama Kuala, from La Eko, what was up there? You can say second year. Second year. Second year. Second year. So yeah, I was singing for her. I've always been above from Mama choir, grade 1, grade 2. We're in that big choir and we're all singing the same thing. So I've always been involved, really always been involved. Grade 3, grade 4, then it gets a bit serious. Higher primary, then okay, I know you're pulling. Then you start joining a choir, selokshini, esontweni. Nangelezo ukuthi ke ngicula ama choir. Aw 5 or aw 7 ngizobanjwa ngelanga le competition ukuthi how kanala because it's not allowed in a way. So it's really been a part of who I am. There's never been a part in my life where I was not singing. I always say that.
Complete.
Oh, we are assembling a corner overseas a lot of too.
Yeah, but I was that guy. Yeah, I was that guy at Makwai. Why Pam Gamatobazan in a voice saying, "No, yeah, when they call it cool." Yeah, that was me. Fully can. I'm not cool in me,
No. I think you had a very amazing.
Interesting music.
Yes, totally.
So just to try to keep it moving. Then how do you move to Johannesburg? What pushes that move? And did you do any professional music work before coming to Johannesburg?
So my mom has always been a Joburg girl. So I always tell her, Umami is the reason why I fell in love with Joburg. My grandparents, I would always come and visit them here. My grandparents, but I fell in love with Joburg, with Alex, with Pretoria, with everything through my mom, because my mom has always been a shock. Oh, okay. So after finishing matric, I didn't do any professional work with music. Not at all. I did drama actually instead, more acting. But yeah, I was involved in a before I left Tekai, I was involved in a group called To The Only Ones, and we were in a very big competition in Old Mutual. It was a big deal because it was my first time in studio and I was writing my matric exams. And we won out of about 53 or 55 group. We were really good. And then from there, I just decided to move to Pretoria. But Nakoni was not moving to Pretoria for whatever. I was just moving here because in Newcastle, I was old. I was done with matric. I'm trying to get different. And when I got here, that's really just when it just got professional from like 2004.
Okay, so when you got here, who was the person or the people that you are now connecting and they are opening, certain doors for you? Yeah, who are the plugs?
So the first guy in ITV, guy, it's David D. Because we were in the same church. Yes, we did. Back then it was called the David Dick team.
Okay.
Yes. So
it's fine. So TV.
Yeah. So D was the first guy. I worked with, and then I did my first recording with him, and I did my first TV shoots with him, and yeah, from there, boom, really. The rest is just history. Then, yeah, it just kept on unfolding from one to the next.
Okay. Genali.
So, You were based in Pretoria, right?
Yes.
So, when the Lama gig, David D, did any other artists pick up from there, or you had to do something else for them to pick up or get to know NIPV?
No, a lot of artists pick me up from there. A lot of gospel artists, especially the Pretoria people. Omabato Mashaba, Ongeba Sondlo, Ozonke Makoka. I got a lot of people through Udi. A lot of people saw me through Udi. Because also at that time, Udi recorded the DVD at a time when DVD recording was not a big thing like now. And he was pretty good at it. So, into to make a cool, like, hey, why to me Udi? Hey, why is Udi? So his thing really just reached out through the whole country, even other provinces. Then I'd get your inboxes. Then, life was just now, okay, through him.
So I want us to talk a little bit about your personality, because I think I've seen in the gigs that we've done, or that I've done where you are also part of the gig, that for some reason it's as if music directors come to you and they say, put together a team, and then you're putting together a team, and you're more like the coordinator, of voices and things like that. How did that happen? Do you think is it more the personality, or do you think you generally actively play a leadership role in most of the things that you do?
I think it's a bit of both. I'm very much in organizing things naturally, even with my friends. Not just the arrange and I say yes, me and follow up. I'm that guy. But also, I think also the skills that I naturally just come with or bring with, and my dedication and my commitment towards my work, it then becomes a bit obvious. Because okay, should we give him this task, he'll be able to execute it. And for me, it's not a big thing for me to follow up and think it's okay, because I found myself, I've involved myself from the beginning with to figure out time. That's just me. No one told me to do that. No one would tell me till this day. So I think it just comes naturally from my character and my personality, like you're saying. Definitely.
And have you found any challenges or maybe there's no challenge because it comes naturally to you, or have you found that maybe sometimes other people don't understand that, okay, Jonny, this is how Jonny is. He'll come there and be like, hi guys, let's do this. Hi guys, so the notice what have you found any of those challenges where people are like,
oh, definitely comes.
Why are you telling us who said
Definitely it comes with challenges. It comes with its disadvantages. But again, I think I always just strive to just prove that okay, let me show you is not because but because maybe I've tried it, I've tested it, or because I've got reasons why Ngisho. But I think I'm very blessed. I'm very much like my mom, like Ngisho. I've got a nice thing with people skills. I love working with people, and I'm very good at identifying what at the time. So I'm able to somehow deal with you. But if you come with but it really just hardly happens. It's mostly just the good than the bad. But yes, definitely you get those.
Yeah. So also I think what really influenced or what would you say influenced your musical approach? As far as music is concerned, I know you're back, but I know you also lead now and again, and there are influences, there are things that have kind of shaped your perspective as far as music is concerned. And you don't just do gospel music, you also do secular music.
Yes.
But what would you attribute your perspective to music to?
That's a very broad question, actually. Let me just try and tackle it in one way. I grew up really listening and imitating to almost everything you can think of. Okay. Like literally everything. And which is why even with my own project, with my own sound and my own brand as a Jonny, I don't want to box it into anything. And I think another thing, which a lot of people are not really aware of, is that I don't want to categorize myself or find myself under the gospel as a genre, because for me, number one, gospel is church and gospel is who we are. But gospel is a bit limiting, So I want that freedom because I've got so much influences from, your Sipogazis, your whoever. It's really broad, from your Boys to Men. There's a lot from your Lebu Matosa, Jabu Kanyel. I really just grew up, absorbed. Yes. a lot of soul music is really, really the core of it. And I think my main focus has always been to bring it back home.
Okay.
So it's a soul sound holistically, but in Ngento ya like hi.
Yeah, goes. Kaylee?
Yeah. Oh, hence why you have that driving song, like quite the home kind of.
Yeah, you see, I want to be able to do that as well and not be judged or looked at whatever way. I want to do a piano, if I want to do a piano. I want to do a nice little ballad. I want to, if I want to belt on a ballad, do whatever. But I just want to, and for me, that's my greatest strength. And like you're saying, I've had really the pleasure of working with a vast number of people and who are just totally different and from all different kinds of background. And from all of them, it helped me really develop who I am and what I like, but also to pick up bits and bits from all of them. And I want to incorporate that in my own thing.
All right, no, great. Surely.
So you did drama. Did you do drama or dance?
Drama, I did drama.
Oh, you did drama?
Yes.
Is it working out for you in the music industry?
I think drama and I think acting and music sort of like put you in a bridge, and it's hard to fuse the two. I think you are either stolen by the one or the other. But yeah, I'm not really passionate about acting. I just did it. And Mr. America is acting actor cool in the drama. So So and I performed in one play festival at the University of Pretoria. It was really beautiful. It's nice tapping into that type of vibe. I do voice acting and stuff with my voiceover work. So yes, but I'm not as passionate about it as I am with music. So I wouldn't really sell myself or throw myself into the acting world altogether. I doubt I'd ever do that.
Oh, you don't like acting, but just thinking.
Yes.
So would you do a musical?
Yes. Oh, definitely. Love that. Yes, absolutely.
Theater kind of work, right?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So
cool.
find back phone.
No.
Because the voice says
yeah.
We just need to see you acting. That's all.
Yeah, no, yeah, so I'm looking yeah, no,
you charge on your own.
You understand? No, you have a less you know,
only Roy. There's a thing that we are now going to start from today. I think it's
gonna be nice.
Oh wow!
So we wanted the hub, which is 7 but basically it's a new feature now in Drum Catalyst where we are going to be kind of asking you, Uguti, basically out of two, whatever, whether it's musicians or what, who do you go with? But yeah, I think let me give it over to Lee because
one must go.
One must go, and then Usala know you one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm choosing between two people.
Yes, yeah.
Two people, and then one must go.
Yeah, so one must go. So one will go, and then Usala know you one.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Send to music.
Okay.
Send to music.
Nina tunakwenza pe.
Sikhuluma ngomusic manje.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Sikhuluma ngomusic.
One must go, ne? One must go.
Okay.
So, David D, no Temple Prize. One must go.
Temple Prize must go.
Okay.
Okay. Why? Why?
Oh, I'm glad I'm given the opportunity to justify myself because I've known D for over 16, 17 years. He's really like a brother to me. I understand his heart. I understand his passion. Temple Prize so.
Yeah, by a fee.
Yeah, no.
But 16 years.
Yeah, but no 10 no. And I'm no. Yeah.
Okay, next one is Dr. Tumi or Benjamin Tumi.
Tumi must go.
Yo. Okay. I think we need the one. Yeah, we need the one.
Definitely, totally. I'm absolutely sure.
Yeah,
no. You see, one thing about me, I'm a straight shooter and I take pride in that. Oh, Proper.
Okay. Yo, fine.
Okay, no, it's fine. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, so the next one will be Use Dombela or Putuma.
Oh.
It's a hard one, eh?
Yeah, it's a hard one because the other one, the other one I really love. And okay, but it's fine. Really, if I have to, no, Shay must go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we don't really have to justify. No, unless you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hard one. So you had to think. So you really had to think very hard on that one.
Yes.
Who must go? Okay, but I think we are definitely keeping this. Yeah, you've been a very good sport. We definitely are keeping this. It's the first time.
I love it.
Absolutely love it. So I know you have traveled quite a bit. So I just needed to know, Uguchi, out of traveling, what has traveling done for you? So in all the years you've been in the music space, going to many different places, what is it that you feel that came as a result of traveling?
It has opened my eyes. Ukuthi ngibone futhi understand ukuthi South Africa indawo enhle. We're very rich in culture, rich in a lot of things and diversity. It's really amazing. But at the same time, we are behind with a lot of things, and it's going to take us some time to really catch up. The world is totally different on the other side. Like, just an example, I was in Scotland for about 4 or 5 weeks. I think that's the longest that I've really been away. It was tough because really, I don't like change. So that's why I keep the same people, I'm in the same space. I stay in the same space for whatever. So, but I learned so much, and it was just so eye-opening to really see even little things like crime and violence. Man, like people that side, they walk around on my iPhone 12 at like 1 a.m. and it's a thing. It's safe. So it's safe, and I'm just like, where we come from, we don't have that, But at the same time, the diversity that we have here, it's so rich and it's so amazing. So it really it taught me to appreciate what we have and who we are, and also just to see what's okay.
Would you live somewhere else?
Okay.
Absolutely, totally. And it's funny because if you asked me that 3 years ago, I would have said no. But I don't know if it's the pandemic or whatever, maybe it's growing up. I'm at a point now where I'm ready
must be the looting
to just
and the government.
Yeah, most probably. Now I'm at a point where I'm just like really. Well, definitely that too. Yeah, I think definitely the UK. I would always say America, but the UK. I love the environment. I love the vibe. Yes, the UK. Yeah.
Yes, I thought you would say Norway.
Why?
I don't know why.
In your panel.
I thought you'd say Norway.
I'm say Norway.
It's possible. But also, do you think that our industry is doing enough to embracing new things and new ideas, new artists, etc., etc.?
No, we are very far. We are very, very far. And I think, again, the pandemic just taught us a lot. Just to put I was so shocked. For me, it was very alarming. A department was struggling to reach, for example, a typical Jonny, who's been around for a very long time, who works so hard, But a department music industries, Judith Puma is Rebecca Malope, is Dogozo Mbambe and whatnot. But little things like that, you don't know the people who are on the groundwork, the lighting, the sound, all those people, the BVs and whatnot.
And
so
yeah, you are a minister. You are a minister.
Yeah, you are a whole department. You
don't know the people that you are serving.
It was the most cynic thing. But no one is able to access it. Yeah. We understand. We can't get it. You asked to provide these that have never been a part of your journey because they don't know that those things are not a part of what you do. In terms of embracing new music, I think we're on the right spot though. I mean, there's like great new sounds that are coming, but at the same time, South Africa is it's a very biased country.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's tough to get people to like you. It's tough to get people to buy into you, no matter how good, no matter how amazing you are. If so that it's cooler, yes, we're embracing other sounds, but yeah, for me, the people that are really supposed to be doing great and that are there at the top, they are not. But yeah,
I think you're raising. Oh yeah, sorry to you're raising an important thing, Jonny. The very thing, like how you answered that question for me is very potent. It's very strong because I think that's where we are. We're finding ourselves in situations where, we don't really know now what to do because, you're coming up maybe as a musician, this is what you want to do. But don't you think maybe that the problem is rather the fact that we don't have music in our schools, just generally. So if you're coming up with a new thing, that new thing you're coming up with, because most of the markets, you're not going to hear it on radio. 2, they're not going to talk about it in school as a grade 1 or grade 2 or grade 3. You don't know anything about this thing.
Yeah.
And here comes you're not really sure how far, this thing, you just caught it, so it's a new sound and you like it, but you don't know the history of this new sound. You don't know why they make it. It's a thing I always talk about when we talk about, for example, you see when you see preachers, and they start preaching and they're like, you say it's all that vibe. You don't understand. I mean, if you go to America, it's in their space. You go to America in New York somewhere, you're walking. There's a pastor that they're preaching on the streets without their organ, but you can hear they're very fast, very quick. But they that's what they do. They think on their feet like this. They don't ban a culture
because into
environment when you get an opportunity so I think you're right in bringing that whole thing, but I wanted to basically, I know it was a long rant, but I wanted to basically maybe ask, don't you think that's the biggest challenge, is the fact that our market is ill-informed or uninformed when it comes to the new things that we're trying to do?
Absolutely. Like into show we're in a position where, like now, for example, me, I'm going to branch out now and do my own thing, but really I'm on my own. We don't have a structure even where you can go and consult. We don't have like a board or board of council where you can go and dig deep. Yeah, like go and do referrals. Okay, how do I confirm? How do I verify? How do I know the do's and the don'ts in that particular sector? I don't have that. I have to fend all that by myself. You understand? So it could have helped if maybe so that by the time you get to this age or whatever stage, you know that it's been tried and tested, and you're not going out there to just try it out. Okay, I'm just throwing in the net. So the whole, which makes the whole industry a joke and a risk. And a risk.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, ne. Yo, and they talking about the same thing of regulating the industry and having references, like you say. But I wanted to speak more on what you commented on earlier, which is if there's new sound, but Abantu Inzebeyomuntu is not particular with that new sound. Do you think it influenced Kakulu even on celebrities coming out with new sound? When I'm going to be famous as the Lazek, or a certain place for it to be familiar with people.
There is absolutely it's a fact. who's this guy? After Yena, then there was something so it. Then there was a lot of guys who had been doing that. But now that you say verify now it's an official thing. Now there's like thousands of them. And you understand? The soil corner, but the soil verify. So yes, definitely
and maybe it's a PR thing also. It's a money thing. I think at the center of it, it's more a money thing. You know, even if a lot of other people have it, but the whole thing to anything, you can create the best product. If you can't get it to your audience and your audience doesn't
pointless.
It's pointless, it's useless. So I think then, you know, it now gets into the era of marketing, PR, and all of those things, which, you know, you can't have except you have money. It's quite sad. It's quite sad.
Sad truth, sad reality.
Okay. So guys, if Osama was from someone else, let's say.
Oh, but Osama strong. Yes.
Yeah.
No. I heard that, you know, I was checking one of those Gunya videos. I'm looking at them. Go and get Osama. I'm like, yes. This thing is another level. This thing is
Osama is like level 5.
Also for the country, Osama. That thing is hectic.
But ube lula Osama ngoba kuno Zakes.
Yes.
You understand ukuthi ungene washelela emphinjeni because nangu Zakes siyamazi and siyamthemba and manje isikhokho sethu lokade silethele ubani. So Osama yes is great, but Osama abufike no Jonny bongeke ushelele kanje.
Yazi yini into ezoba inkinga Jonny. If Osama bekafike no Jonny, it's one simple thing ukuthi uJonny bengekayithole leya platform. La bebe poste khona leya. That's where the vibe. Their platform nje. uJonny bengekabe khona lapha because you see where all these things meet is the fact that I mean those people were posting their videos. I don't know how many times. Like you'd see on one day, maybe say 6 different videos that are just you know from that event. 6 different. Next day, 6 other videos. Go busy nje. I mean the platform, you know, it's that whole thing of a lot of minds meeting. But you're right, to a certain extent. Yes, it was not just musicians that were working. It was also other minds coming, like a marketing mind to say, we'll take out this video, take out this video, take out this video, then we'll take out Osama. You know, so that people understand.
Then when we take out Osama,
you know, you see,
then they'll come in more streams for us.
my man. That, for me, the whole thing was just, you know, was just very brilliant. But I don't know. I don't want to cut you, Lee. Should I ask?
Yeah, carry on.
So, what experience gave you your most valuable lesson? It can be musical. It can be outside of music.
Growing up without a father, it taught me to accept the most difficult thing or the most uncomfortable thing, the most difficult pillow to swallow. And I had to catch it at a very young age, live with it, build a bridge, and let it be my price tag, black card, and you must also lift it up. But you must be proud of it and you must live it well and you must make the best of it. Absolutely, definitely that. And because just to say something, why from whatever. But there was a point where I personally gave him an opportunity to be a part of my life or just to get to know him. And still he still rejected me. And for me, I just learned, okay, for whatever reason, but I must just be strong, man, move on, and this is my reality, and live with it, and still live the best life and be the greatest person that ever.
That's a very strong, very strong character. So, where do you think you get that from? Do you think it was genetic? Do you think, you know, where do you think you get that whole personality from? Yeah, it's like, okay, cool. Now, okay, I get it.
I'm going to refer back to my mom. I think she's always just portrayed the most amazing lady. About some of us, half the time, I'm about to know, thank you for being the best mom, the best dad in the world. But it's because we can relate to a lot of things between school and Wangenzan. And my mom is totally different. She's a single woman with 3 kids from different people. And she's always had to just fight all her life. She's never had a stable job. She's never had her own house. But through all of that, she's been the greatest mom ever. She's given pure and genuine and the most unconditional love. And she's been really just the most amazing person. I was just like, how is she able to give the best of her from nothing? So that's the greatest thing I've ever done. So I think definitely comes from her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a last question.
Yes.
Second to last. Okay, so we're a game, man. I forgot.
Okay. I love games. Are we on the game now?
Yeah.
Yeah. One
must go.
No big mamalo, I understand.
And I must go.
It's a bit quiet.
Oh yeah, okay. I know he gave us. So I must go.
But we are trying, but now.
No, it was a habit.
Exactly. Yes, drive us home to make drive again. So now what's about exactly.
Was that the last one or you still have another one?
Would you take a joyous gig if then I said
to be part of Joyous?
Yeah,
part of the choir.
No, never.
So you can come in as a feature.
Yes, I can come in as a feature. I can come and do a song.
Yeah,
definitely, but not. Do you join the group? Give you plan the 10 or 15. There's no way. There's no way. Mele ngizengena ngaphansi kwestage manje uze ngibonakale no I can't no
no ngiyakuzwa mfowethu
manje lekika
no if I'm going to do whatever one photo definitely I'll go definitely because I believe in the brand and I really love them but I join choir no ngiyabonga angaze ngathanda kama choir mina and by God's grace I've never been part of a choir except eskusondweni and don't but I've never
ngoba kufanele uvele
no and mele ngivele proper manje ngenza nenhliziyo mina la mele ngivele
inhliziyo yakhe ngesiyibona
Jehova
yokufika 15 bathi ulimele lapha bathi ulimele la
unedrama.
All right, so yeah, so what is your dream for the industry, Jonny?
Yo, to be in a different place, man, like a totally different place. To be number one, of course, to be regulated. Like we're saying, the structures and platforms set in place. We don't have those things. Which is I know Jonny, who's been around for a good 12, 13, 15 years, but still as a beginner or whatever. And we don't have those nice stages. So we must just have a system that is built because now like it goes back to the thing where when we are into construct empire, and it doesn't have to be like that, you know. And that's why I because so sibukeka siyihlaya yeah ukuthi ayibe kuba a hobby man because hobby kakhulu South Africa it's just a very ridiculous hobby ayibe into proper ayibe into solid so that abantu beze ukuthatha zihlaya you know that's why not even kuma family gatherings no ngiyacula kuthiwa uyacula irent ibhadala kanjani because it doesn't make sense to them you know because abayazi ukuthi umsebenzi uthisha iphoyisa inurse you understand so it must just be there at the top of the people yeah and our tolek nokutholakala because manje
we high risk noma bathu zama ukushada bathi wenzani musician bathi
yeah ufuna imoto ufuna indlu it's just so much work you just end up feeling ngathi mina ngihlala la ekhaya ngathi mina yabo feel like we like the outsiders yabo singane ngaphandle yeah we just want to come in the house we want to be part of the mansion or be part of the people that's it
yeah all right I've got one last question I don't know if
I know, man.
Do you have any questions, Leo, or should I just go for the last one?
No, today is Wine Thursday. Where's your wine?
Is it wine Thursday?
I was told it.
Right.
It's so early for wine o'clock, though. There's going to be wine later.
I didn't even know there was wine Thursday.
No, I'm cool.
All right. So
I thought it was wine Thursday.
my last question is, if you were to go back to your 12-year-old self, what advice would you give yourself?
Okay, one advice that I'll give to myself is you don't owe anyone any explanation. You don't need anyone to verify you. You are good enough. You are amazing. You are great. And bigger things are ahead of you.
Jonny, Vilakazi, Jonno. Thank you very much, man. It was real. I absolutely loved it. But tell us,
Jonny Vilakazi everywhere. I'm very, very active.
Wow. Jonny wakunzima is not Johny.
Jonny umuntu omnyama It's Jony. Why you in a drama? I can't deal. You've been okay the whole time. I wish this more. Jonny Vilakazi on all platforms, Twitter, inbox, and I'm one of the few people who really, really go and reply to each and every inbox. I'm that guy. I've got a passion for people. I've got a passion for people who love what I do. A passion for people who follow me, and I'm there.
Any future things you are planning just before Svala?
Yes, I am planning on gradually. It's a very nice training, but I'm just planning on doing my thing, proper launching myself out there. I'm busy with a few features already, and I've been for like a year or two now. But I want to do my own thing as well now.
All the best, man, with all your work. And thank you very much for your time. It was a beautiful interview.
Big shout out to you.
That's all.
Thank you, and I will accept you.
Also, I accept.
Yes. Thank you so much. You guys were amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy.